I am fucking immune to propaganda, man. Like, it's like if someone shows me a clip and they're all, look at this. You can ask my wife, dude. She's like, look at what this thing was. And the first thing I say goes, why'd they cut the video off right there? I was like, what? So what was right before that? Like, I just don't do it. Like, show me the whole clip. Tell me what happened.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to a very special episode of the I Didn't Read Your Book podcast. You may notice this looks a little bit different. Don't worry, the interview will be exactly as you expected. But we are doing something special today. We are speaking with another YouTube content creator. So his channel is Jesse on Fire. Definitely go subscribe. He also has Jesse on Everything.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking heroic Navy SEAL stories, condensing them into like 3 minutes and just pounding them and putting them in 3 parts. Like, I literally came up with that yesterday. And then now that's what I'm doing. And then, so that's what's going to go on TikTok. It's like, so you just think of something that you can put together, because it doesn't matter. It, like, the thing that you do on TikTok doesn't need to be identical to what you do on YouTube. It just needs to be like, they're getting to know you, like, where you're like, I mean, if you really want to get nasty, figure out like the stupid shit that TikTok likes and talk about that, and they'll throttle it through the algorithm, like, just, and you don't need to like say things you don't mean, just frame things in a way that they'll like when I was like, TikTok hates me, man. Like, TikTok hates me, but the couple big videos that I had, like the first huge video that I had was actually, it was about George Floyd, which is hilarious to me. That's the one that throttled, just because. And then what ended up getting me kicked off of out of the creator program was another George Floyd video. So like, that's the first enormous one I had that had like 7 million views. It was like the day after the George Floyd thing happened. And what I was saying about, because like my entire thing is I am fucking immune to propaganda, man. Like, it's like if someone shows me a clip and they're all, look at this. You can ask my wife, dude. She's like, look at what this thing was. And the first thing I say goes, why'd they cut the video off right there? I was like, what? So what was right before that? Like, I just don't do it. Like, show me the whole clip. Tell me what happened. Like, when the George Floyd thing happened and everybody was like up in arms, I was like, I'm like, show me the other angles of that. I'm like, how did he end up in that position? Let me see. And what I noticed very quickly was that before he was over, like in the car where like things started to kind of disintegrate, he was against the wall, and I watched him slide down the wall. Like, he like put his back against the wall, he slid down the wall. This is like the day after it happened. And I'm like, dude, this guy's got a medical issue. I was like, he's got, this guy clearly, like, look at that. Cause he's like, his back against the wall, he slides down. And so the way that I positioned it, I was like, think about this. I'm like, dude, you're having he looks to me like he's having a heart attack. And you start asking these guys for help. And instead of getting help, they throw you on your stomach and throw a fucking knee in your back. You're like begging them for help. And they're just holding you on the ground with your face in the pavement with a fucking knee in your back. And I was like, I don't like, this shit's fucked.
So sorry to interrupt your podcast experience. I just want to remind you, if you're enjoying what you're watching, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And if you really love it, there's some support links in the description. I would love if you can help out the channel. And back to the show.
Up, man. Like, so that's the one I did, and they throttled the shit out of it. Because the way they perceived it was fuck the police, So it was like 7
which
million
was popular
views,
at the time.
which is what TikTok wants, which is like that's what TikTok wants. TikTok is owned by the Chinese government. Okay. Like, I couldn't fit. And the reason I don't use TikTok anymore specifically is because of this. It's because I figured out what the angle is with TikTok. I'll finish. Hang on. So let me actually go back to the George Floyd. So then the way I got kicked out of the creator program was years, like a year later or something, again, after watching the full arrest video came out, the whole entire thing, 40 minutes long. And I watched the entire thing, top to bottom, minute 1 to fucking, he's dead. Right. And the thing that was crystal clear to me was that the police had been very respectful of him until, like, while he was going into the car and all that. Like, they were doing whatever he asked. Like, they were just like, he's asking not to go in the car, and they're being polite. They're doing whatever, like, for a long ass time. Like, they're like, sir, you have to get in there, please. And what you see is unless you can't read things at all, he's fucking terrified. Like, he personally is terrified. And what I never heard anyone say is like, why is he so scared, dude? And the answer is simple. It's because he's a fucking fentanyl addict. And so when he goes to jail, he knows he's going to fentanyl withdrawal in jail. Like that's why he's so afraid. It's because like the second that door closes behind him, it's a wrap. And he knows exactly what he's in for. He's going into a fucking cell, a cement cell, and he's going to go through the worst experience any human has ever experienced. Even if they were in fucking Xanadu, like on a hammock with a bunch of naked chicks bringing him fruit, it's going to be the worst fucking 3 days of your entire life. And he's going to do it alone in a cement cell. And he knows that. And that's why he's so afraid and he won't get in the back of the car. And so the fucking TikTok I did was I was like, if you actually really think about that, I was like, it's absolutely barbaric that what we do with drug addicts is we just throw them in jail and let them go through withdrawal. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I'm like, it's absolutely crazy. I'm like, the reason he's so afraid and he's resisting arrest so much is because he's fucking terrified to go through fentanyl withdrawal. And guess what? What did I say in that one? I said, he's a fentanyl addict who's resisting arrest. And so they fucking kicked me out of the creator program.